Hello YouTube. I want to talk to you about sales. Sales is something that I never really understood. I mean, I do understand the concept of sales, you know, kind of, hey, I'll take all that stuff, it's really low price. That's fine. Because I always get the feeling that sales are kind of, well, they've got a load of shit that we don't want anymore, so you can just take it for a low amount of money. And that's how I always felt like sales, so that's why I never trust sales. I'm not a big fan of buying clothes myself, to be honest. I also want to tell you that the other day I was at this bar, in a small bar in Bordeaux down the centre, and it was kind of odd looking from the outside. It was very kind of pink and homosexual, but that was fine, so I went in with some friends, and so they were doing this sort of quiz. It was on a Saturday night, I think. They were doing this quiz, and the quiz was sex questions, you know, just typical sex questions, and the prize was 300 pairs of kinky handcuffs. It's a kind of prize that you kind of, oh yeah, I won, but you didn't really want it in the first place. And then you take it and you get home and you put it in like a cupboard, like the end of a cupboard, like right at the back. And then someone like your mum or something, she comes in the cupboard and what are these? And you kind of look at it. It was just this prize that I won. For what? Well, it was a sex quiz. Oh, well, great. I mean, you can't win in this kind of situation. The next thing I want to talk to you about is, this may be one of the greatest headlines that I've ever read in the Huffington Post. Right, get ready for it. The headline is, Orgasm Wars in Japan features gay man trying to make straight man climax. I mean, that's obviously going to be the best news article I've ever read. Graphic warning, the footage below features graphic sexual scenes. Yeah, it does. That would make sense. And it looks like it's some sort of game show where Orgasm Wars. Why does this exist? The next headline I wanted to show you was probably the most ironic headline that I've also ever read. Man accidentally fires gun in gun store while discussing Second Amendment rights. Now, isn't that the most ironic headline that you've ever read? Other than the printer, no injuries were reported. It's not an injury though, is it? I just read this. Not only did he fire a gun at a printer, he's now wanted. The next headline is also, I mean, why did they write? What's the context for this? Okay, so here we go. Man eats underwear to beat breathalyzer. Why? Also, I'd like to show you the picture. That is the man who eats underwear to beat breathalyzer. I mean, it could only be him, really. It could only be him, really, couldn't it? And my stupid lyric for the day is, "So what? I'm still a rock star," by Pink. No, you're not. Look at that. Music, pop, Pink. Sorry, Pink. Not a rock star. Never have been, never will be. So I was reading about this French blog with 8 weird things about French people, so obviously I was intrigued. So I was reading through and I found one, and it was Turkish toilets. Now if you don't know what Turkish toilets are, it's where you stand, you go in this sort of cubicle and you turn around and there's like little footprints on the floor, and you just shit, like you shit in a hole, basically. You shit in a hole, which is, you know, okay, it's like third world country, that's what they do, but basically you shit in a hole. But if they're Turkish toilets, they're not French, are they? They're Turkish, in the name. It seems pretty obvious to me that it's in the name. Also another one, grass-fed meat. French cows are grass-fed, whereas North American beef is grain-fed. Is that really that weird? It doesn't seem that odd to me to have, you know, cows that eat grass, is it? So that was just some of the stuff that I found on the internet recently. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe or like or comment because I'm not a whore. So do whatever you want. You like it, not, well, it doesn't matter. Just end of the video. Thanks for watching.